So tell us a little bit about Blood Bike Wales. When did the organisation start?
2 years last October. I went up. 2 years this October coming. I went up to London, and a friend of mine is a blood runner up there, and I noticed emergency blood on the front of his bike. I came back to Wales then just to notice that we had no blood running service in Wales. So I got hold of Bristol and Somerset Freewheelers and spoke to a gentleman there called Mike Belch, and he said that he had a few names for us to get in contact with, which I duly did. And we had a meeting then, 6 of us had a meeting, and it's gone from strength to strength. We got now something like about 100 members. So that's where it basically started from.
So you say you've got 100. Is this for the whole of Wales or just South Wales?
Well, we're starting off with the Abertawe, Bro Morgannwg area,
right.
The trust. So then hopefully we'll be branching out from there once the other trusts can see where we are, what we're doing, what we're providing. Then we'll hopefully come on board with us then. Okay,
so let's explain to somebody now who's heard us talking now about Blood Bike Wales and knows nothing about it. The service that you provide is free of charge.
Absolutely free of charge.
And you're serving really the National Health Service.
Yeah.
And you respond to moving documents, blood, or anything for that matter, outside office hours. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, absolutely. The hours we'll be working will be 7 o'clock in the evening till 7 o'clock in the morning. That's during the week, and on the weekend, obviously, then it'll be Friday evening, 7 o'clock until Monday morning, 7.
So you have keen bikers, first and foremost, who are prepared to give up their time, even throughout the early hours of the morning, to move something on behalf of them for nothing.
That's right. We'll be working a 12-hour shift pattern. So, for example, the first person on a Friday will be starting at 7 p.m. and then finishing at 7 a.m. Saturday morning.
So there's somebody on call all the time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, this is fantastic. Now, of course, you're a charity, and tell us about the motor vehicle or the motorbikes that you use to conduct the service.
Well, we've had great response from the public. We've been around various stores, and they're just so accommodating and giving us money in the pots and in the buckets and everything like that. So we've managed to get together enough money to buy 5 Honda 700 DeVilles. We've got 3
posh motorcycles.
Oh yeah. The thing is, we got to get a decent bike to provide the service.
Of course, it's got to be reliable, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
You can't, you know, kind of a situation when you're breaking down or
no.
And do you have somebody in reserve if that should happen?
Yeah, we've always got a man or lady, shall we say, in reserve, because it's not only a thing for the guys, but also the ladies as well. We look for lady riders as well as men.
So what happens? So a hospital wants to move whatever quickly as possible, and is it that individual hospital, or does it go through emergency services? How do they contact you?
Well, let's start by saying quickly, we're only allowed to do the speed limits.
Of course, you're not. It's not an emergency such, but it's urgent.
Absolutely. Well, how it'll work is that the hospital will require something moved. Then they will phone our area coordinator, who will then dispatch one of the bikes to whichever hospital it is.
Right. So this obviously, at the end of the day, is going to save the NHS an awful lot of money.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we've estimated that for every £1 that the public donates to us, we'll be saving the NHS £5. So, yes, absolutely, at the end of the day, we will be saving the NHS a lot of money. But ultimately, Clive, it's saving lives as well, because whatever we get to get in whatever it is. I mean, it may be blood, which obviously is a necessity, but even something that you might class as not so important, like a urine sample or something like that, is just as important as blood to that patient, you know.
Yeah, I can understand that. And your members then would be prepared to move this through the early hours of the morning, and it'll get for delivery first thing to the whatever hospital.
Yes, absolutely. Because when we're covering the whole of South Wales, you can imagine that if something needed been taken from Chepstow down to Pembroke, then even abiding by all the speed limits, then you can do that in roughly about 2.5 hours. So you're going to get there much quicker than a a car.
Of course, and I suppose when it comes into its own right, if by any chance the traffic was particularly heavy, you're in a position to
filter through
traffic quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you got to look at the bigger places like Cardiff and things like that. Not so much around, but on saying that, you look at the Mumbles Road during rush hour.
Indeed,
filtering through. If it's something urgent and needs doing, then it's a no-brainer, straight through.
Mumbles, particularly this month of August, with the main holidays, and obviously the children are on holidays as well. And as you quite rightly say, the queues coming into Mumbles these last few weeks has been horrendous.
Oh yeah,
very busy this time
absolutely.
of the year. But running motorbikes. Not only have you got to buy a motorbike, and I take it you buy them brand new.
Yeah. We don't buy them brand new, they're second hand.
Oh, they're second hand. Okay, so you buy a second hand one, but it's relatively new, I would imagine.
Yeah,
so.
On the 10.
The thing is, you've got to put petrol in it. You've got to put oil in it.
Yeah.
You've got to maintain it. You've got to put tyres on it. Yeah. All this costs an awful lot of money.
Oh, absolutely. Just for typical annual costs, you're looking at £400 a month on fuel. That's 5 bikes that we have at the moment. Ultimately, you'll be looking at wanting 20 bikes to cover the whole of South Wales. £450 pays for 1 bike insurance. So when you equate all of these up, it's a lot of money. So yeah, we need as much help as we can. You're looking at least 40k to provide the service annually.
Yeah, very expensive. So if somebody wants to donate to Blood Bikes Wales, how do they go about it?
Well, you can get in touch with us directly on the website, which is www.bloodbikeswales.org.uk, or they can email myself at chair@bloodbikeswales.org.uk, or you can give through text give-in, which is text ride 07, then the amount to 70070, and then you'll be able to donate directly into the tax given account, our account in the tax given.
Excellent, because as you said that running bikes, and I would also imagine that we mentioned about tyres and petrol and oil and maintenance, etc. The insurance must be particularly high.
Yeah, well, you're looking at any of the riders who are advanced riders. That's something else that I forgot to say as well. The criteria for riding the bike is that you've got to be over 25, have less than 6 points on your licence, been riding for more than 2 years, and advanced. Now, you can get your advanced certificate through Blood Bikes, because we have a good relationship with ROSPA and with IAM, who have
which is the Royal Society of Prevention of Accidents.
That's right. Yeah, and the IAM, Institute of Advanced Motorists, and they've worked out a deal for us, shall we say, then, that any Blood Bike member gets a special offer, and a way to go.
So they obviously a member then has to have the certificate, not only of his normal riding bike license, but has to pay for the advanced bike test. So they're paying this for themselves.
Yep.
And at the same time providing all this wonderful service.
Yes, indeed. Like I said earlier, you're looking at £450 annually for an insurance for 1 bike. But the plus side of it, as far as the rider is concerned, is that once they've done their advanced, their insurance will be cheaper through their insurance broker as well. You know, so
that's always advantage. I mean, apart from it's nice to pass an advanced driving test and have the ability and the confidence will come with that. I'm sure. But the fact is that saving insurance is just going to save money for the whole organisation.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. We're going to talk to your colleague Sarah Melnick very, very, very shortly. But for the moment, we'll take a little break, and we'll learn a little bit more about Blood Bike Wales after the next piece of music. A strange ending to that one. Now, coming up after the break, we should be talking to Sarah Malik, who's a psychiatrist, got us worked out, and also a band member, obviously to do with Blood Bite Wales, and they call themselves Rhesus Positive. What else?
Radio Mumbles is your online community station with the greatest hits of all time, local talk and features. Why not get involved with us? Email studio@radiomumbles.com. Radio Mumbles, home to local features and the greatest hit of all time.